Hello weekend adventurers, welcome to the exciting video from Senja Island in northern Norway. And today we're gonna be hiking to the top of Segla peak. We're gonna try to find a drone that we crashed into the mountain yesterday. And here we are looking at the Segla mountain from the distance in the car. And according to the DJI GPS navigation, the drone should be somewhere on the right ledge under the mountain. From here it doesn't look like it's hard to get there, but when we get closer it might be a different story. So let's get into the vlog. Alright, and here we arrived to the same village as yesterday, Fjordgard, but the hike to Segla peak starts a little bit earlier than the one to Hesten we've been to yesterday, and there are other hiking options from here as well. So the hike to Segla, it's only 2 kilometers, but it's quite steep, around 600 meters of elevation from here. Should take probably an hour and a half. So let's start hiking. So to Segla we have 1.5 kilometers. So this first 500 meters we did pretty quickly, it was mostly flat. And then there's another hill called Barden, 2.5 kilometers. So not sure, you can do a loop like that as well and come back here, but not sure if we have time for that. We'll see how we do with the drone up there. So by now we should see the Segla mountain, but it's all covered with this fog. So hopefully when we get higher it will be inversion and we're gonna get clearer views. So we were walking for about half an hour. Until here was pretty not so steep, but now it starts to go much more steeper. So we are already like 1 kilometer in, right? And now this 1 kilometer is gonna be much steeper, so it's gonna take about 1 hour up. So we'll see, hopefully we find the drone up there. Let's go. Now it's still really foggy here. And hopefully when we get higher, the fog will disappear. We'll see. Alright, so here we got to the crossroad. It says Fjordgard, where we came from, was 1.2 kilometers. On the left you can also connect to the Barden hill, making a loop around. And on the right we go to Segla, which is 800 meters from here, but it's gonna get much steeper.
This is possible only here in Norway. They have a blanket. Nobody took it. I think in Slovakia this will stay here. In Serbia this will be a long road.
And over here you can see the GPS navigation from the DJI app where the last time drone was connected. So it seems like it's under the peak, but this white part is the cliff, but it's on this grand ledge, pretty close to the path. It seems like the only way to get there is from where we are right now and then walk through this green part. But I'm not sure how it is, it's quite foggy. And that green ledge could be steep as well. So we're just gonna try to walk on the path until near the top and then try to look over the edge to see if we can see the drone. Now it seems like we're getting out of the fog, so I was right, it's inversion, so we should be getting clearer and clearer views as we go up. So now it seems like here is a steep cliffs already. So And over here you can see the thick fog we just came out from. It's really spectacular view with the mountains in the background, and it kind of looks like a mega tsunami wave crashing into the sea. Right, so we're getting closer to the position of the drone on the GPS. I look down over the edge, I just see a steep cliff. I don't even see the ledge. There'll be no way I would get down there. Alright, so now we are about at the GPS point where the drone should be. So I think the drone hit some of these rocks over here and then just fell somewhere down here, but I can't get a good view from here, so we're just gonna try to go a little bit around and see if we can get a view of the ledge. And over here we finally managed to get some good view of this ledge underneath us where the drone should be. I think there is at least 5 meter steep cliff between us and the ledge, so there is no way I would get down there. We're just trying to zoom in with the camera to see if we can see the drone. Over here we're looking at another crevice to see if there is a drone, but again without any success. And over here we're just looking straight under the rocks where I think the drone crashed, but maybe it just bounced off of these rocks or this little ledge and dropped all the way down to the sea. We'll never know. So I'm still looking at our position and position of the drone. It says the drone is literally 5 meters away, but the problem is it can be 5 meters down these steep cliffs. There is no way I'm gonna get down there. We'll need some climbing equipment for that. Over here I'm still looking down, trying to see if there is another way, but the ledges are getting more smaller and we are almost near the top of Segla.
If I only knew what you put me through, I don't deserve this. I thought it'd be me and you. Hard to be your friend when you act this way. What message are you trying to send? What's this game you play? Tell me that you
Alright, so we're almost on top of Segla and we got this amazing view of this circle rainbow with the sea of clouds and the mountains peaking in the background.
I thought it'd be me and you. I guess it wasn't true.
Segla rises straight up with its vertical west side wall from Medfjorden. With its 639 meters above sea level, it gives you the most spectacular view you can imagine. From the summit you will get a panoramic view in all directions and Senja can be enjoyed on its wildest and most beautiful. Segla is, despite its very precipitous and airy west side, pretty much a straightforward hiking trip if you take your time. If you are afraid of heights, it's good to know that you can reach the top without being near the west side, and when you're on the summit, it's not necessary to walk onto the edge. On late evenings, you can enjoy the midnight sun from the summit and maybe watch it disappear into the sea, which is a rare experience. The northern part of Norway on its greatest. Over here we should be getting views of Ascent Peak where we were hiking yesterday, but there is just fog, so luckily we didn't go there today. Segla means in translation segel, sail, got its name because the mountain rose as a sail up from the Great Sea where the fishermen operated their boats. And just as we were taking more pictures and videos from the top over this sea of clouds, we noticed that the fog is coming up from this side, so we might be completely surrounded by the fog in a few minutes.
Broken heart,
That's exactly what happened. We don't have a view anymore on any side, and this reminded me of hiking in high Tatras in Slovakia, where this is really common when hiking in the summer.
somehow you bring me up. Broken heart.
And here we see once again this little circle rainbow in the clouds that's called glory. It's optical phenomenon where you can see your shadow moving inside of it. Most of the time you can see it in the mountains when there is fog, or you can also see it from the plane when you're flying over the clouds. Over here we stopped again at the crash site of the drone, trying to look for it one more time, but we are slowly losing hopes because it's very difficult to see in this fog. It would be suicidal to try to climb down there. Our last hope is to probably contact some local climbers if they can climb down here for some prize reward if they find a drone. And as we're descending more down, we're trying to look for that ledge that we saw from the car from the distance in the morning. So it looked pretty walkable from the car, and even from here I think you could walk on it, but it could be pretty deceiving. On some side it could be a steep cliff, and I'm not even sure if you can get to it safely. It's definitely not worth to risk your life for the drone, especially without ropes. It would be great to know some experienced climbers who can get down there. Here you can see how quickly the weather changes in Norway. In the morning we got a nice view above the clouds on the top, and now it's the opposite. We got a clearer view down here. Alright, and here we got all the way down to the saddle, and we try to look one more time for that ledge, which should be connecting somewhere here. But when you look closer, it looks pretty gnarly and steep. You literally hold for your life there without making any mistake, and the surface could be slippery as well. Again, this would be absolutely suicidal to try to cross through there without climbing equipment. And over here you could make a loop, just continue straight here, down through the saddle and up through those hills until the peak Barden, and then you can come around and connect back down another way, making a loop. Unfortunately, we don't have much time for that today because we're looking for the drone, and also we have to travel to another accommodation, so we're just gonna come back down the same way. And over here we can see some lakes that we haven't seen before because of the fog. I think it's used as a drinking water for the village, so the camping is prohibited there. And over here we're drinking water from the fresh spring, which can be a great source of vitamin B12 and other minerals. So we are coming down a little bit disappointed that we didn't find a drone, but we didn't go up with much hopes either. But even more sad than about losing drone, which is pretty much just the money, we're sad about losing all the footage from Segla. It was probably the best drone footage I ever recorded. Over here we can see the path from Barden Peak, which we would have come from if we made that loop. Guys, it's 6 o'clock and 6 minutes. We just got back to the parking. Our car is here, and yesterday we went up like that. You can see up those lights, and there's a steep cliff beyond Segla on this and that side. Unfortunately, the drone crashed somewhere over there, so we couldn't get to it, as you saw. So if somebody is watching this and is a good climber, all you need to do is upsail down to that ledge, and hopefully the drone is there. According to the GPS, I can give you the how to say coordinates, and you can do it. So now we're gonna go to another accommodation through the hills on the other side, so about 2 hours. So wish us luck, and as always, stay healthy,
Stay adventurous.
So on the way back we're going through a few tunnels, but you have to be careful because some of them are closing in the evening for construction works. Luckily the workers let us go through, otherwise you have to go all around the island. So even though it's getting darker, you can still see the Senja island is very beautiful with a lot of amazing mountains. It will be definitely worth it to come back here in a warmer weather to explore this area more. So it's incredible how they built all these tunnels through these mountains. Many of them are quite long, for a few kilometers. If there were no tunnels, it would take double more time to get somewhere because you have to go with the usual zigzag road. And as we are traveling more towards south of the island, we are slowly entering the national park, where there are moose or elk living there. So hopefully we're gonna see some during this week that we're gonna stay here. And here we got another chance to see northern lights, so it seems like as the time goes by we are seeing more and more of them. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed watching our adventures from northern part of Senja. Especially these adventures on the Segla mountain were pretty amazing. Even though we lost the drone, we still got some amazing views, especially today with all the clouds underneath us. So definitely stay tuned for more videos from Sound of Senja Island, where we're gonna visit Underdalen National Park. And as always, stay healthy and stay adventurous.